for the playoffs. The loser will have to go down and face Astralis. We just saw topple ATK.
I like this. Mid, often underutilized by the CTs, and there's not going to be too many smokes to stop him from having a look, but they are holding for this. Chopper anticipating. And yeah, Patsy will get the info. It should be a dead. Simple. How is he not dead? How is he not dead? Electronic, the bodyguard, has scored 2 out of the double swing.
Well, it's the pistol round. One round where you know the Ts won't be dropping too much utility towards the mid corridor here. So taking full advantage of that is Simple and the lads, as you just have 2 more to find now. Siren and magixx with the P250, and that will strike for the death of Simple, but wanting to jostle for more. magixx on the jiggle has seen enough and will now reroute looking... Oh, no, he's coming back. Siren and magixx with a peek from either side of mid. And, well, that's it for Siren. So, it's the magixx 1-on-4.
I've got a useless bit of info for you.
That's my favorite type of info. If he gets one more.
Okay. NaVi have a 100% win rate on Anubis.
They won it in 2 very close matches, right?
Yeah.
One was overtime, one was 16-14, yeah?
All right, geek. But yeah, you are right. It was liquid in complexity as well. They haven't beaten like a European adversary. But yeah, taking down 2 of the North American squads in very close affairs. But it's not a map that they've necessarily, you know, been immediate adopters of.
That's how I like my affairs. Definitely close.
Yes, yes, close and
intimate.
A little intimate and secretive. As you don't know how much work NaVi have put into Anubis. You know, Spirit are basically, this is them going, we've watched your 2 games. I don't know if you're really, you know, putting too much work into this.
And we think we're quite serviceable on this map, because it's something that Spirit have returned to several times here. So they will be taking a FICO. That's a full eco here. It's going to be 1 M4 for Electronic. The rest are going to be on SMGs. So I'll be interested to see how NaVi wield these in the next round of play.
Forza didn't get far against Spirit.
No.
16-7.
They got bodied.
Yeah.
We heard from Jerry after, you know, they were saying that their coach was pretty harsh about their lack of understanding on some of the things, which is fair enough, right? Having a deep map pool is not easy.
We have not ever seen a team get 12 CT rounds. It's typically the other way around.
Sure.
You know, someone getting so blown out. It's real comfortable from Spirit's defense. So we'll get to see if NaVi can be a bit more threatening. I know against this FICO, threatening is certainly a word for it. MP7 in the feed. It seems to be a simple go-to.
Yeah, considering it's a Glock eco, the fact that they've gotten 2 kills and maybe 3 if you know, Patsy's not careful. There it is. So the fact that they get 2 kills, not too shabby. He's going to have to do reinvestments or drops. And Team Spirit, we know, will be buying in with the AKs right now. But one of the issues with the early round AK buy into round number 3 is you are lacking a little bit of utility. And when I say that, people are like, oh, yeah, so who cares? But the more utility you have, the more options you have in the round, in the way that you want to establish that round. The less utility you have, well, the harder it is to do exactly that. And it looks like Chopper has taken the omission of the Galil here to make sure they can get out a few more nades. So they are a little bit lacking, but it's actually better than I expected here. Be a bit of a default spread. magixx outside B, Chopper top mid. You can see Perfecto here through Dark, just trying to spam and see if he can catch Patsy, who will be the individual tasked with making his way up Canal. Wonderful on the T stairs to support Siren over towards A main. And it's a 3-1-1 split of the defenses right now for NaVi in the early stages. It's that lurk smoke that we see Siren like to lob out. He tends to follow that up with a Molotov as well over towards the fountain position. And there it is, so clearing out close A main.
It's really nice because it puts the A defense on no notice. And you can see it's pulled Electronic out of middle. 3B though. Spirit, they don't have to rush things, but you can see they've got a lot of the canal control.
It is a B split here, so it's forced Simple to rotate over towards mid here. So he's had to acknowledge that. The smoke drop, oh, that's a nice down onto Perfecto here. I'm curious if Chopper's going to call the cancel. So the re-smoke, and now they're flirting with different options here. Chopper wants to make sure there's no mid-push.
Bit just cleared main. Siren is nowhere to be seen.
Well, Electronic's rotating and Simple as well now, so good read of the situation here from NaVi.
They should have their finger on the pulse, and options for Chopper through middle. Bit will be responsible. Patsy to try and be the opening blow.
Don't think there's time to call them back to A now. Has to be the B finish. This one's getting dicey.
Yeah,
25 seconds here, Alex.
Yeah, they're running back.
They are. Does magixx have time to get the whole way back?
It's a long old run. He might have to drop out of mid-bridge. The smoke from Patsy's nice towards the temple side. Chopper has this rotation locked. They have to go the long way around through the beach.
12 seconds.
This is tight.
10 seconds.
God, he's definitely pulled his socks up, tied his laces. 3, 2, 1. magixx will plant.
Oh my God.
That's crazy. A 4 versus 3 retake, but they do get into the A site. Simple close up. And they rotate through mid. NPL and Perfecto a little later to the party. Siren, a nice angle.
No flank here. Patsy is currently holding, but will need to support his team as the fight's coming through.
Ooh, this is dangerous to Waters now. Patsy has main. magixx first contact. Siren delivers the headshot, puts us into a 3-on-3. 2 walking down those stairs. magixx delivers good damage. Perfecto cut down to 8 HP on the jiggle. Siren still does find another. Bomb is planted so wide. It's so perfect. And what a recovery. Team spirit. It felt like NaVi were doing everything right in terms of moving them around, denying the control, retaking the info, and being in the right place at the right time. How does it still fall apart?
I can't believe that magixx gets the bomb down. That was the key to the whole round for me right there. I didn't even think they were going to get it down at all. And you're right. NaVi felt like they were moving very proactively across the map with the information that they were garnering here, but giving them a lot of room. You could see how much space they were given here as the bomb was getting planted. I don't think they thought it was going to go down in time right there, opting to play retake. And we've heard from some players who think that in number disadvantaged situations, the Ts are able to clutch out rounds exactly like that. And that's why it tends to favor the T side, because even if you are down a man or two, you can still pull something like that out of your ass. So good one there from Spirit. The
disadvantage of having to get back into the site completely blind.
I love that harassment, right? The way that they're harassing the B side of Dark here, which means now after this Molotov is burnt on out, Siren should practically have Dark control for free. And this is different. Siren isn't working over towards main, right? He's actually quite proactive here towards the B side of the map. He has Patsy alongside for the Riders. Simple will peer on out, take the fight, and loses his life. Patsy with another molly. That's going to play forward. Perfecto has to fight. He's gone too.
That's really convincing stuff out of Spirit. NaVi stubborn in Dark. Electronic, he is getting a little inquisitive on towards the double doors. Doesn't commit to the mid-push bridge.
Rush and I yesterday were doing a lot of theory on like different ways that you could be aggressive on the CT side because we discussed the lack of options.
Yeah.
I think the problem is when we think of being aggressive on the CT side, we kind of think of it through one linear plane, one position that we push.
Yeah.
I feel that you have to take fights on multiple fronts because at that way their default won't be able to cover everything because they'll be responding to help all the info.
One of my favorite components and examples of that is when you have the mid players doing their smoke like slightly late in mid round and then peeking and pressuring that canal across A. Like it really limits your options. Here they come out of Dark, NPL to be tested, and he's been spotted out. His backpack betrays him, and it looks like we're going to have a flawless Spirit round here. All 5 alive. Not much to be celebrated for Bit and Electronic.
Yeah, nice round there. Really well handled. And this was obviously against a hodgepodge looking purchase here, considering where the finances are at for NaVi. We will tie things up quite early here. Now, here's the question as well. We know that Spirit can do it on the CT side, and we know that Spirit can do it on the T side. The question is, what is par for the course for NaVi? How many do they need to be competitive here? What's a good CT side look like for NaVi? I feel like 6 rounds should be pretty happy with that. So we'll have to keep track, as that was perfect crosshair placement there from Patsy and Siren as well on the punish. So beautiful stuff. 2 quick kills. And that was practically the round right there. Oh, I can hear Rush.
Yeah, where is he?
Oh, he's playing table tennis right now.
I see.
He has his, I heard him say, oh, by Rush rules, that's not allowed. He has his own rules.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Are they particularly exciting?
No, it's like, you know, when you play with like your nephew or, you know, you have to let him win because otherwise they're going to have a tanty and go and tell your sister or whoever. Yeah, that's kind of Rush.
I see that.
Yeah.
And we love him for it.
Yeah, we do.
It's just really those 2 saved weapons in a HE and a Zeus. Slightly disadvantaged round, you could say, as Perfecto gets a lot of nade damage right down his jersey.
I like this, though. Like, they understand when they can pressure certain fights. So you're just isolating. I don't love the left side obelisk smoke like that, but I do like it if you just want to pressure fights like this against pistols. If it's against a gun round, it's probably not as effective, but against a... Oh, light of buy. Good transition there from Patsy onto MPL. They've triple smoked that same position. As we can see with X-Ray, Siren isn't aware that they are just floating across the top mid here. Did you know as well, those wooden windows, right, that they're boarded up, those exist over towards rugs too.
Oh.
Yeah.
As in
there they are.
There's a wallbang opportunity?
Well, no, those are the ones. Jay, can you go find the ones at rugs, please?
You can try.
We won't have a cam for it. He'll probably, you know. Sorry, Jay. There you to the right. Yeah, there you go. There they are. Good stuff. So yeah, I'm not sure if that has any application. Probably not. It just wanted to highlight it for everybody playing at home.
I don't know. I'm sure Anders is watching and we'll spend a couple of hours.
Where he can wallbang through.
Yeah. Simple might lose.
Oh, bottom sticking out.
Oh, that's a little extra bitter pill. They just added a little extra Tabasco to the pill before he's forced to swallow it.
Yeah, you don't want to be finding yourself in that type of a scenario, do you? Well, should be able to buy back in here. Not too many qualms. It's curious with Anubis, right? And we're starting off this series, especially after how the last one went, right? It went all 3 maps. It was very close on the 3rd. You've got to rev your engines into this. So NaVi, we know they're the type of team that are quite difficult to beat, but they're not looking like themselves these days. Obviously, we know there's been a lot of chopping and changing within the ranks. Boomage gone, STY comes in, and we knew that that was, temporary, so to say. Then the MPL situation, another kid from the academy brought up by this man right here, Blade, who is trying to micromanage the troops here. The coach having a chit-chat in the 30-second timeout, trying to fandangle this CT maneuver, which will be greeted with 2 fami, so it's not the best of buys.
What is the difference between ignorance and apathy?
What?
I don't know, and I don't care.
Hope you at home are having a chuckle to that one there. It is
no, I don't want them to
on.
chuckle, Chad. I want them to like lightly exhale out their nose. Like I'd like a...
Are we talking like a Nelson ha?
Ha. Yeah, maybe. More of just like kind of a slight, like maybe a slight change in your face shape.
Okay.
And maybe a little exhale through.
So acknowledged.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
For example, if I said refusing to go to the gym is a form of resistance training, you're not going to laugh.
Nah,
but it's like a. I see. Electronic responsible for middle.
There.
Yeah. Well, I'm not doing it, but respect to the internet. It's giving me a chuckle or two. And we are walking on in. Simple, actually very forward position with it, and a great headshot back. Wonderful, quick to the draw. Simple will trade. That's Electronic, so they know there's another A. There's gaps everywhere else. Who's going to be surging forward to find them? Patsy's still poking and prodding at dark. 3 outside A, and it's just Simple. Responsible. And hunting, long range, loses his life, and they'll lose the sight to follow. They are really static as well. Like, Spirit are more than happy to just wait this one out.
Yeah, they don't need to rush.
This is what they were doing a lot. When we were casting them yesterday.
Against fours?
Against fours. Was that yesterday? That wasn't. But they would just do these stops. They would happily like just cut noise, anticipate, hold, and their individuals are so good for this space taking. Like now, Patsy can walk into B for free, right? Well, they just waited in.
I think the best indication we have of their map awareness is magixx on that around the world rotation of getting the bomb down in time. Because I don't know how long it was going to take him to run
22 seconds.
And it was damn close.
Yeah.
What are we talking? A second to half a second of him potentially not getting that bomb down, and that's assuming he doesn't flub any of his movement. That's assuming that he doesn't get shot at all during any of that. So a good understanding of that rotation time and a good understanding of the map here being highlighted from Team Spirit as they have been able to secure their 4th. And if they take these rifles away from NaVi, oh dear.
Yeah. They are going to probably take them, aren't they? Look at Patsy. He's already cleared out all of that. And confirmation of presence. And now Chopper waits. He's like, I'll get my troops in order. I'll get all my pawns on the board. You've wasted util, you've lost Perfecto, and it's only NPL trying as hard as he can to hold on to the rifle.
Very fortunate here. He can get away. Patsy was the only one on the flank.
He's on it. And it looks like there's enough time. Just around the corner. Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Doesn't know how close he was to that one right there, but another round. And already off to a flyer here, our Spirit. Now, once again, in case you are just joining us here for the ESL Pro League Season 17 group stages, where the hell have you been? But more importantly, what does this game mean? Well, the winner of this one will be locking themselves into the round of 16 in our playoffs as the high seed. The loser will have to go down to play against Astralis in the lower bracket, where also Liquid and Rare Atom reside. That'll be our 3rd matchup of the day.
Woohoo, a rematch.
Yeah, that one will be a curious one indeed, as MPL flashed out with the AK, has been spotted on his advance here. Doesn't matter. Siren already in through dark, looking for a bit more action, and they'll push. They'll give it exactly what Siren was hoping for. MPL will finally sound some type of an alarm, but the map's being given up. The bomb's about to be scooped, and the A bomb site is all theirs. 5-2, but 2 AKs, so it's better than 1 AK.
11 p.m. CET. I finally got confirmation of Pasha's fight time.
Okay, yes, that's Pasha tonight. He's in the Spodek.
Is he actually?
Yeah,
That's so cool.
I think he's in the Spodek this evening fighting.
So not only was he there for the historic win in Katowice, 2014?
Yes.
Yes, 2014.
Yes.
Now he finds himself there nearly 10 years later fighting.
That's crazy. It makes... I get scared watching...
I don't like it. No,
yeah, I don't like it either.
The first fight, I remember watching, I think I was watching with Parla, a couple of people, and it was just like, it was like watching your dad get beaten up.
Yeah, I don't want to watch Parla. I don't want to watch Pasha get hit, or Parla. I don't want to watch anyone get hit.
No, we're very non-confrontational. We're not looking for that, but I am here to support him, and he's counting on the support of esports.
Yeah, I bought the pay-per-view last time, but I didn't watch because
you couldn't handle it.
It's like Zonic's book. I bought it.
Yeah.
I read a couple pages.
Good. And NPL's going to get enough time, I reckon. Chopper's going to come over the top. He's a dead man. Brah.
Oh, okay. Very close indeed. Snatching that away would be nice. I think that MPL will probably drop an ult for Simple now. It looks like he did, yeah, just checking out the cache. So he dropped an AWP across to Simple. I'm just in the server. Me and Rush were coming up. I was waiting for a timeout. Rush and I... Oh, there's one. I will show you, Alex, and if you think it's nice, we can show people later.
Yeah,
but Rush and I are coming up with this move, right? So you get this smoke from spawn to block off the left-hand side of middle, right? And then the first spawn comes and just drops this molly aiming at the bench.
Right side, yeah.
So now, mid's completely at the start of the round for the CTs. The Ts can't contest it, right? And then you come and do my little combo of util on top of this. So you need to come here, you need to whack this smoke out of here, then you need to come here, you need to aim here, you need to do this.
This is like a second wave.
Yeah, and then you get them to push B at the same time because the B defaulter will probably have to either help mid or focus B.
Probably stay
so you try and draw him somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And you isolate mid and you crawl up and you can... There's these flashes. Check these. Oh, we are showing
That would be...
Check out these flashes.
Go on.
So if I line this up here and I think it's aim
Got about
here.
5 seconds.
I think it's like that. Yeah, out the window so you can peek down. All right, let's get back into the game, shall we?
Yeah, nice one.
I didn't think I was going to be on the spotlight.
We'll come back. We'll come back. I like that.
Cool.
And we're just going to see something aggressive out of Wonderful. He actually has confirmation of presence. It was Simple that was going for the fight, so you can see that little bullet just narrowly missing the shot.
I like that fight for AWPers on either side, right? I think it's a cool way to try and establish that dominance towards that B main position. MPL, speaking of dominance, come on, mate. How far are we going to go here? The flash is through. The AWP shot sounds.
magixx is in that deep cubby.
But you have to keep it jarring towards B main with...
Whoa, Patsy.
Hold up.
Patsy's through the mid-smoke. Electronic goes down, and already this round now slips into disarray.
I saw it, and I didn't believe it. I was like, why is...
Oh, Simple's just had his head handed to him.
Oh, dear.
They can go anywhere they want. Spotted! Change my mind. Change my mind. Mid rotates back on the menu, boys.
Okay, a little bit audacious from Patsy there, trying to find the timing on that push. Gives up his life here, but execute towards B. Still coming through. Perfecto. On the glyph position. Chimed in MPL again with another. The molly's perfect. Wonderful goes down, and what looked like a great opener is simmered out quite quickly here for Spirit.
Well, we do know they've got 20 seconds before they need to start running to A. magixx has demonstrated that just in the rounds prior.
Well, all three of them are here, so hard to see them break this. They giving up HP here, so unless Uncle Chop Chop
from his chop shop, looking for 3. Crossfire established. You can see this bit set for success. Finish it. Good trade catch from NPL before Chopper found himself back into the dark. So we have 19 seconds. Got a triple out of NPL on this B site. He used the B anchor. Nice
little jump peeks there from him as well, just to get that information. So the jig is up. magixx will be saving, and that is now going to be the third round on the board for NaVi. So I wouldn't say whirring into action, but yeah, recovered is probably a better word to use for that scenario right there.
And I mean, you can see that this has been a flying start from Spirit, but just by looking at their cash, I mean, 2 players over the 10,000 mark. Patsy pretty close to it as well.
How do you feel about Simple having his notes? I know it's Simple, I'm not questioning him, I'm just asking your opinion. And maybe you at home could also play this game, but having his notes on the mousepad, I can't have anything on the mousepad.
Are they actually, like, paper on? I mean,
in the center, so like it's like keyboard, mousepad, notes here.
Oh, okay, yeah. Wouldn't be my personal preference.
No, because if my hand hit the notes...
Yeah. Do you know there's nothing worse than when you swipe and hit the keyboard as
yes, yeah. Then when you're doing that, you're trying to walk around the map.
Go on, Pat. See, he feels kind of invigorated after catching Electronic off on the previous. Now, it was NaVi's round in the end. Simple's been spotted out as he fires off the shot from the flash. Resmoke from Chopper. That's going to set Patsy up for a walk. Here it comes. And then there's the molly to follow.
It's crazy how quick he has this mid control. It's 1 minute 25 seconds, and they know mid is completely theirs, which forces NaVi into a turtled up setup and having to rotate through beach, and they're just searching. They're just searching. Spotted out one now on the jump that pushes through. Chopper found Perfecto, and the trade is there. MPL gone to.
Holy, that's around. That should be around. Simple has come back around. Let's see if he's allowed to hit anything. Obviously hoping that they jump across. The flash there just to be diligent. A safe plant from Wonderful, so yeah.
What a cool little heads-up decision from Chopper. He understands when magixx sees him on the jump spot that is the defender of Long, pushes in, isolates the player towards Dark, and even gets the double up there. Great decision-making from Spirit.
Yeah, they look good on this map. I mean, just playing that T side very well, you do expect to see the T's, you know, successful more often than not on Anubis. But this will be their 6th already, and we're only in, you know, 9 rounds deep.
Yeah, as I said, if NaVi can, and this is the thing with NaVi, and this is whether or not they still have any of their same identity left, and we will see that now through this lower bracket run, but is them eking out halves and eking out wins, right? Like, a NaVi game can be 9-3, and then they still end up winning the half 9-6, and then they win the pistol, and then they win a force buy, and then they're back in the game, and then it's round for round, but they end up closing, right? A NaVi game, traditionally a close one. Great second shot there from Chopper, isn't it? Transfers across to MPL. Yeah, not bad, really, is it? You know, embracing the air up. They have to start dealing with this mid-aggression somehow. You just can't be letting Patsy have it so quickly into the round. This time that won't be the case. They've started 2-1-2. Fun
standoff as well between the A lurk of Siren. He's not really lurking so much as he is just probing. And he's got Wonderful in support, so it's actually like a straight 2-on-2 here. It should be Simple's frag, unless their jiggles are really that aware, because Bit will be able to engage as well. Yeah, lovely. Wonderful down, Bit undiscovered.
You know the setup, though, if you're Siren now, and that's where you're hoping for a reaction elsewhere from your team. So Patsy and Chopper are walking across the mid-bridge here, but that's been telegraphed because of the util.
Yeah, look, Simple's already there. Should be a nice collection onto Patsy. Good hold and good awareness from NaVi as they look to post their first real convincing CT round. Chopper has other plans. Simple should have him, and does, with a lovely flick of the wrist.
Might be up for the ace here. They're coming towards 8.
Yeah. Bit's got an AWP to play as well. Goes wide on that smoke. Should have them dead to right. Using that smoke, though, for the element of surprise and a quick adjustment. Bit puts his name in the feed.
Both of the Orpus.
Yeah. Magnetized to the smoke as well as Simple, and it's only Siren. He would love the bomb. They hear the pin pull, and it seems like it is just a matter of time. Bit for his 3rd frag total, 2nd in the round. Simple got that triple.
Oh, he's so close to it, isn't he? And Bit will grab that. He'll pick it up. All right, well, I was about to ask the question because we know that double orbs are very prevalent on a map like Anubis, especially on the CT side, where the second one would start to come into play, and you can see it now with Bit. So this actually frees up Simple to not only have to be over towards this A side of the map here. You can see one splat on the face of Wonderful there, and Patsy also crouch peeking into the AWP. Nice round here from Simple. Bit of a showstopper to get NaVi up to a 2-round deficit now. A timeout has been called, the 2nd from Team Spirit here. An opportunity for Hallie, the coach, to chip on in. And I looked over to see them having a talk. And unfortunately, Alex, they're on the other side today.
Yeah,
so
well,
we can't see them.
It can get confusing, Chad. It really can. Even Simple got caught out by that one.
That's right. That was hilarious. That was hilarious. Very funny stuff.
Well, 6-4, and those double orbs are going to be once again brought into the mix. Knowing Chopper, though, his awareness of the double orbs in the feed, Bit closing the round with an AWP frag, I mean, he might be interested in calling something a bit more rapid, a bit more threatening.
Maybe that's why Hallie called the timeout, to help push Chopper in that direction. But let's take a look here, because again, it looks like another one of these default spreads. They really like harassing down here for Perfecto in towards this dark position, which gives him only a couple of options, really. Is slight gap here for Wonderful to work with.
I am 0% surprised that it's Patsy that works middle on this map.
Oh,
as well.
It makes so much sense, doesn't it?
It's exactly the kind of player he is.
You need to take a lot of risks when you play this type of position, right? But they're educated, right? Oh, yeah, educated electronic right into the hands of Chopper. There you go. Patsy will deal with the issue, and now you know that the mid defender is dead. You know that it becomes weaker elsewhere.
Oh, NPL has been spotted on his advance out B, so they know that the CTs are working with the info. High flash, good placement. magixx confirms that there isn't anyone actively contesting. They've cleared their corners, and the bomber's not with them.
No, the best call right now for Spirit, they're unawares of this, is if they were to do an A execute, which they have enough utility for. They're still trying to condition the map here If they go over towards B, Perfecto is playing wood, right, in the connector over towards the B side, so he will be able to rotate in quick smart. MPL just playing for info and simple. He's actually starting to live forward for a fight here.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Siren should be dead. Knows he's likely still around the corner, and Simple will go looking. Bang! Oh! Siren! Immediate reaction. And Simple now dead. Wonderful with a very diligent clear and a 7th in the bank. Really just crossing their T's, dotting their I's. They're playing it by the book.
I don't know if we can see that from Siren's POV, but if we could,
if we can,
that's that one is a fancy one right there, because he was between multiple different positions, just stutter stepping, picking between Canal as well as the push from the dark position, but covers it off. And now it's just bit to try and retain this AWP. magixx, I think he has other plans. Locked on in. He's going to spot the back, and a dink is there. Patsy not going to be able to accelerate in time, but Siren will try. They have a molly on Wonderful. He might be the player to flush it down, dropping into the side bit. He's going to go down. A good hunt there from Siren. A great round from Siren. Those 2 kills, both very impactful here. That's how it started. See, Patsy has so limited options on what... Okay, it looks like he has more time than he even needed there, didn't it?
From Simple's POV, I mean, woof.
Just gets shattered, doesn't he?
It's just because he saw that model move from looking away straight to their head, and Siren very happy with that one. Bang, yeah, oh my. No, little bit of frustration on that one, but NaVi, as we've already highlighted, not particularly fond of Anubis, don't play it all too much.
They want to really stop this play in middle here because they brought the AWP across, so they're going to use a little bit more pressure here. Simple on the jump spot, not catching an awful lot here. That nade, not too bad, right down the back pocket, and it'll be smoked off for good measure. Simple has to fight. He has to stand and fight. He doesn't have a choice.
Yeah, decision's been made for him, but it is Patsy. Usually has good restraint, knows when and how to pick his duels. Nade looks great, destined for glory onto NPL, softening them both as Electronic does catch a perfect
needed that
timing.
One.
Not so perfect spray.
It's just awkward as well, right? It's one thing to go, oh, Electronic should have that kill, but you look at Patsy there. He's running around like a headless chook because he's not expecting it. He's transitioning, then he gets caught with a nade in the hand, then he's trying to have, you know, evasive maneuvers, and now they're trying B again.
One thing that Obelisk smoke does do that's nice is stop the dark angle. You can't hold that dark walkout, and it leaves Perfecto kind of on his own for this one. Options are so limited. 4-on-4 and sprayed at, tagged up. Still, it's Perfecto standing strong for a second, gets the bomb loose. And with 35 left, they have to count on magixx. He is going to have to make a move. The rotation is here. Bodies are everywhere. Simple dead. Finished off by magixx. Bit can't trade as magixx racks another head, and Perfecto hasn't gone too far. Wonderful will double up for their 8th.
In that situation, they're trying to make sure Perfecto doesn't get overrun. But you could see with his body language reaction there, it's like, boys, I did so much. Can somebody else just contribute here? And that was a buy where they had a couple of MP9s and AWP. It wasn't a pretty buy for NaVi either. And this is Patsy with those maneuvers to pick up the opening onto Electronic, who's going to be kicking himself considering how much Perfecto did from this back plat position here. Just laying down the law onto 2, but magixx, what a hero. And it's back down towards the pistols here, so 9. Very likely for Team Spirit. It's a great showing on map number 1. We are just at the start of this series. Nuke picked by NaVi, map number 2, and Ancient as a 3rd. A very, very tasty map pool for today's matchup. In case you missed the veto, Spirit removed Inferno. NaVi, of course, removing Vertigo. Spirit in the 2nd phase removing Overpass, and NaVi removing that Mirage to see us end on Ancient.
Ancient. Patsy could lose his head here if Electronic, hits that one. Very nice. And it's a rifle that will likely fall into enemy hands in a moment. Perfecto and NPL join him for this mid reaggress. Right now, B is unguarded. Chopper meets the cleaver of Electronic. And now NaVi, they've got something to work with. Not only the frags from Electronic, but the rifle that will fall into Bit's hands as well. Electronic's got the AK.
Siren needs this.
Yeah, an important duel, and he's won it. Commits to it, not too caged.
I love that smoke
by
as well.
The threat.
Oh, I think it's misthrown it.
Yeah, it's going to delay them either way, I say. bated breath. Wonderful, very low, could get run down. It looks like Spirit are handling it. Very threatening from Electronic, but it's no sweat on the brow for Siren.
They just look more comfortable on the angles, don't they? Right, in these fights in the retake, they look more prepared for the fights. They're happy to be a bit more staunch and forward, looking for the kills here. So great stuff. I just want to highlight Patsy as far as opening duels go. He's currently 4-1, so has had success in a lot of these different rounds, whether the fights come his way or he's taken those heads-up maneuvers towards middle. But leading the pack here with 12 kills in total. Top of the server right here, right now. And another timeout has been called. This is going to be the second from NaVi. So Blade has decided that he needs to micromanage once more here to try and salvage these 6 rounds, right? We spoke about this. 6 should be very doable for NaVi. I think they could even do it if they were to only get 4 or 5, and they already have 4. So I think 6 is just a little bit more comfy. Yes, Alex, I see ya, I see ya, I see ya.
Here you go, it got me doing my little piggy nose thing, but yeah, it's a good one. You want it?
Yeah.
The man who survived both mustard gas and pepper spray is a seasoned veteran now.
Oh dear.
Oh, it's just, it puts a smile on my face, Chad, it really does. 9-4 probably puts a big one on Team Spirit's. As you can see, these nades, they've been designed for Perfecto, but he seems to have learned very quickly.
It does, but what it does is it just flushes him into the face of Dark.
Flushes him in, yeah.
Yeah, right? Or flushes him down the dunny of Dark.
Ooh, dunny. That's not bad.
And he hears it coming. So you see the little maneuver from... That's such an annoying place for Perfecto to have to find himself in.
I mean, you know, the next evolution is you time the nade with the swing, so he's in transition back in.
The next evolution is you stand there with a nade of your own, and when you hear it pin, you throw your own nade back.
Yeah, well, that certainly would be fighting fire with fire.
You can molly that position. That was part of my aggro that I was building there. Yeah. So you only saw the mid prong. You didn't see the B prong.
There's a B prong too.
Oh, there's a B prong.
Multiple fronts, you said.
Yes, indeed.
I'd love to be one of your prongs on an Anubis. We'll see. Maybe some counter on the agenda, as we got Bit, Simple, and Electronic. This is quite a fierce defensive A, and they look like they were going to execute into it. I mean, there is grounds for a commitment. You've got Patsy quite deep up mid, and he hasn't had anyone there. Bit is going to have 1 to his name.
They have to cancel. They have to go back to B. You can't pull this off. There is no way you can stick the landing on this.
Patsy's activating.
Oh, timing.
Electronic, you walking
through the
smoke. Oh, that's perfect.
Fortunate.
Yeah. Couldn't have gone any better. And now looking for that 5th round. It looks all too good for NaVi. Handling it here. Wonderful is posted. Perfecto knows there's an AWP in play, so yeah.
Just back off, boys. You don't need to save these. You got plenty of cash for a buy into the next here. You might even get overrun as time starts to expire. MPO, boys, you got to be a little bit more careful on the NaVi side of things. They can drop him a gun. It's not too many qualms. But there's 5 for NaVi. And that was a good read of the situation again. But we have said that a couple times with NaVi. It doesn't mean they always convert the round. So this time, Blade should be feeling quite nice about this one. What's the finish here from Spirit? They could return to try and go for the A execute again. It's unlikely to see NaVi run that same setup 2 rounds in a row. And with their opener, that explains exactly that. Simple on that AWP line, facilitating MPL for the peak. Perfecto doing more of the same. Siren this time will be marching forward for a little bit of this A main control, but we do have exchanges across the map here as Electronic is being made to work for this.
Yeah, he's doing everything he can. He's putting in a real good shift here. And Patsy...
Chasing ghosts is Electronic, isn't he?
Yeah, it's really, really hard. I mean, usually it's a 2-man job, is it not? Like, most defenses have started to send a second, at least for the initial engagement. Once you can kind of either take down Patsy or feel like you have a safe set of control, you cheat one back. But yeah, it's all on Electronic, and it keeps leading to Spirit having their clutches into mid. Then they could throw this smoke from Chopper. And yeah, the molly's not going to work. You have to push on it, and Perfecto is. Oh, timing, everything. Patsy caught, traded though by magixx. Looks like 10 is on the menu. A rotation through the beach, but Simple and Bit side by side to defend this A site.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Team Spirit fall back here. You were talking about these pauses. Well, this would be one time to do exactly that. You know Perfecto is the dark player. So where is everybody else? Simple. Moving around an awful lot with that AWP. And oh, look at this. Chopper is threading the absolute needle here, going the path of least resistance through the backlines in towards the B bomb site, making sure with these diligent clears that nobody is home. And that is the case indeed. MPL has also rotated the long way around here, so ushered themselves in for a free bomb site. The bomb will go down, and they can even position themselves in aggressive post-plant scenarios if they would like.
Siren's even coming in A late just to make sure. It's the last round of the half. They will go for it. Give it everything they've got. The beans, if you will.
Should be a flash from Simple to facilitate this. Nope, never mind. Flashes later than the peak. MPL already tagged on down.
Siren caught on his way back through Temple, looking to get that flank. So there is something to be said, but time of the essence. magixx there, and Spirit will find 10. Double digits in the bag. And now they swap sides. We'll see if NaVi's T side is anything similar. Will we have a competitive first, or will Spirit take their map pick?
Just to make a bill, cause I'm never the underdog. Who you gonna believe? I got the proof, shouting the truth from the top of the roof. I got the receipts. Here making big deals, doing big things, making big moves. I got big rank. Just know that I'm getting rich. Big dough, big stacks. Out here doing big shows. That's a big fact. Making big calls, getting big racks. Just know that I'm getting rich. I was raised to be a rich man, standing on my own, no kickstand. Big man with a big plan. When it come to getting money, you can bet I'm a big fan. It's all about that revenue. For every move you make, I'm 3 steps ahead of you. And I can promise you that you won't find a better dude. So remember 2 words that I said to you. Paint a picture, I make G's. Smile for the bank, now say cheese. You want some money, better say please. And while I'm getting this, I'm getting rich. Big bills, big bank. Out here making big deals, doing big things. Making big moves, I got big rank. Just know that I'm getting rich. Big dough, big stacks. Out here doing big shows, that's a big fact. Making big calls, getting big racks. Just know that I'm getting rich. No doubt I'ma count it up. Ain't no need for rounding up. Climbing like a mountain up. Everything I'm mounting up. Earn 1 to 20, I turn a 20 to 50. Turn a 50 to 100, I turn 100 to plenty. Stack, 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 stack. I used to track. I be getting rich, money making Mitch. Gotta count it and recount it so quick I forget. Never do I quit.
Making magic when they need it most.
NaVi versus Spirit. Wonderful on your screens bit as well. We've got a lot of the rising stars blended with the fabric of the best of the CIS. It is a beautiful blend, and so far so good for Spirit. They managed to find themselves a rather convincing T side. They were getting into the bomb sites, felt like they had a very grounded understanding of how Anubis needs to be played. And I'm here with Chatty B, one of Anubis's biggest fans. to watch through the second half. What do you reckon, Chad? We got a full 30 in us?
As we mentioned to kick off today, NaVi always like to eke these out. Very close fashion. They are undefeated. They've only played it twice, but both have been all 30 or more. So let's see what Blade and his boys can bring through in this second half of play. It's 2 P250s dropped from Electronic to Simple and Bit respectively, and a flash for good measure. So he's going to allow these pistols to search, or is he? Okay. He's going to be the one to take the fight first.
Yeah, but there's some info flowing. magixx wanted to win that jiggle battle. And Perfecto equipped with a P250, which is very good for leveling the odds up against the USP.
Yeah, picking that up off the corpse of Bit. So they're keeping them in play. And they do have MPO with the smoke double flash here, but he also has the bomb on his back. As Chopper is starting to search for info. He did this quite well against Fours the other day. He was consistently more to a mid-round Thorn, whereas you saw MPL's little inquisitive missions were earlier on in the play. But check this out. Oh, Perfecto! Wonderful's head of watermelon.
Oh, that's disgusting. Someone get me some water. Perfecto is on fire with that P250.
And
gross.
Electronic, check this out. He's already wormed his way in towards B, is pushing up the lane towards spawn. Chopper's going to clear mid, sure. Siren's going to push A main, but there's nobody home. There's no action available here because the bomb will be going down towards B momentarily.
We talk about leveling the odds, Chad. Yeah, that's a dream example given immediately by Perfecto. 2 of those B players fall long range from T-stairs. This is a hopeless mission for Siren. Simple's never going to let that one go.
But let this one sit on your ears.
Yeah.
So NaVi will have 6 rounds after this, but they will have converted both of the pistol rounds. So that's showing that the gun rounds is where some of their bigger issues have come from. So sure, it's great that they've picked this one up. Let's see how this T-side campaign is able to continue going forward here. I feel like the second round type of buy from Spirit here is going to be very indicative as to how much resistance we can expect or inspect, because we are watching.
Inspector Gadget. Sorry.
So yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm just listening to those 2 children over there at the table tennis table, just going nuts at one another.
Yeah. I mean, it's a best of 7, apparently.
And, well, yeah, it's a best of 7 and Rush is up 4-3.
Yeah. We didn't have the heart to tell him.
No, he can't mathematics, can he?
I think his exact words were, well, I'm not a tournament guy, am I? I'm not an admin.
Oh, look at this. 3 meaty little 5-7s out to play, as well as 2 Digales.
What do you think, like, if we were drawing, I think I need to get Maui involved in this, but what do you think if we would kind of finding food, respective foods for each weapon in Counter-Strike? You know, you said a meaty 5-7 there. Like,
okay, yeah.
Like, what is an AK-47? Like, that's something that, like, everyone wants.
I feel it's a burger.
Yeah, a burger and fries.
Yeah, but like
milkshake.
You can have a lot of burgers, but if someone makes a real good burger, right?
Yeah. I'm talking fancy patty.
I feel like the AWP.
Ooh.
The AWP is like.
It's a bit expensive, isn't it?
I thought it was gonna be like a seafood, like a lobster pasta or something.
Or something that's just it's lovely. Electronic
maybe
is
some
called
Wagyu
them.
steak.
That's what I'm going with. That. Yeah, you have to drop a pretty dime, but it is the nicest.
I cheapened it up with the pasta there, didn't I? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the MP5 a bit. I do like to see it. Had an impact yesterday when I was watching them play.
Everyone's loving that smoke. I mean, it does sow doubt, but you can't jump for the info anymore. And this is quite a nice way to get the smokes down without any lineups. Of course, that gap.
That's scary, isn't it?
Yeah, goodness me, that was terrifying on the way across. It seems like they can just spray their Galils, and even a silenced SMG in the mix. Bits MP5. Ducks and dips into dark. Dude. Damn.
Daniel.
Detrimental.
Okay, well, saving Chopper and Siren. And that's NaVi wading through the B-bomb site with ease. So they got their galoshes on.
Galoshes.
I hope people at home can hear Rush and Harry's booming voices from across the other side of the room. They are louder than us casting. 100%.
No doubt.
They're 100% louder than us casting.
Maybe we should actually get Harry and Rush to sit down and cast. What do you reckon?
Together?
I think that would be quite a nice duo.
Harry and Rush.
Harry and Rush, baby.
Well, let's wait and see what happens with the conclusion of their table tennis best of 7.
Let's let them finish that. We'll finish an Anubis, but we'll see what Rush and Harry are thinking.
Well, Harry's, first of all, not playing table tennis in very good footwear. He's wearing slides.
Yeah.
Like, I know the name sounds good, but you need to make sure you have stable footwear when you're playing something as mobile as table
I'd like
tennis.
to see some ankle support as well. It's just impractical.
What if he rolls that ankle?
Oh, goodness.
Could be out of action for days.
Yeah. I can do my minimal casting for this one, actually.
Let's not talk this round, because Chopper's pushing. Let's let Chopper do all the hard work.
I'll just say the important stuff. Dead.
Sometimes less is more. And this is one of those times.
Finding that dude that's been asking for the casters to stop talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have it. There you go.
He's having it.
It's just as entertaining, actually.
Well, because, you know, there's so much to talk about in a round like this.
Yeah, precisely. Money. Round.
Now we actually have something to talk about here. Gun's going to come out. I think a simple AWP could be on the menu here if MPL would like to drop one, and yes, he will facilitate. But immediately on the other side for Spirit, and something we noted just the other day when they were taking on fours, was the double AWP setup on the CT side. One wielded by Wonderful, the primary AWP for the team, but magixx, one of the B defenders, was also bringing out the big green, which he has done here. One of the keynotes for NaVi going into round 19 is Bit retaining this MP5. So let's see how much he can get up to that, because there are 3 players on the other side of the server without any head armor here. Simple, up to bat, flashes himself forward, holds the line, has Patsy as the nemesis on the other side. Quite a nuisance in middle on the T half of things, and will drop a shallow smoke. We saw as well that they were trying to flash their way through fours, and they were landing right into the jaws of Patsy here, who is standing somewhat aggressive. Simple lining up some U-tilt towards B. Bit and Perfecto down in towards the canal here, and this does look at least like they want to search on towards the side. Now, will they account for this double AWP setup? magixx is on the
Little firework?
Yeah. Oopsie daisies.
And we're off. magixx so blind. That double orb in a lot of trouble now. magixx still connects one, but surely going to go down. Yeah, toes exposed, and everybody knows it's a 9th for NaVi.
That's one of the scary things about B, especially if you're committed into the site, because you can get exploded on at any time. If they have canal control and they have B main control and you don't have any info, they can both start teaming in through those choke points. There's lurk smokes that you can drop forward from the main position to get out on towards jail. I learned from JKS they call that position flowers in G2.
Flowers, it's a lot of syllables.
I don't think there's any flowers there.
Flowers.
Yeah.
2 syllables, Alex, not 3.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm going to fly over there and see if there's any flowers there. Let me have a look. There's no flowers there.
No, there is a slight minor shrub.
And we call it jail.
Well, this isn't jail. This is actually the little goblin corner.
The little goblin. The little, oh yeah, yeah. That is goblin.
Can we call it goblin?
Yeah, that right there. This one here, goblin.
Definitely goblin.
That's why we called this platform G Spot.
Yes, because there's glizzy, glyph, and goblin.
Yeah.
But it becomes a problem if someone's goblin and glizzy at the same time, you know?
Yep. Things happen.
Something to consider.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you have? What's your condiment of choice on your hot dogs?
I am impartial to mustard.
You are a mustard man?
I will have much mustard and ketchup.
Yeah, I like a mix. Yeah. Would you ever do the, do you like those kind of dried onions the Americans like to throw on them? You know, that kind of onion mix?
I would prefer onions from the barbecue.
Yeah, grilled,
I don't want dehydrated onion. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I'm actually in the market for a nice
hot dog.
Hot dog.
I don't know. I've never had a good hot dog here in Malta. To be fair, I've never had a hot dog here in Malta.
No, you know what? And that's something I haven't really come to the conclusion of before, but it's true. I've never had a hot dog.
You've never hot dogged in Malta?
Yeah, I wasn't going to turn it into a verb. I felt like it's probably something in some scene.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, man.
It's cool.
All right.
We got 3 of the NaVi boys.
It's about to be a draw.
Yeah. And I would hazard a guess that it seems that NaVi, their 100% win rate of Anubis and close games might continue here. Wonderful's going to eat a flashbang. What do you reckon? Dry?
Dry.
Dry.
Like the onions.
Dry. dry as hell. And a quick one back as the 5-7 is the perfect weapon. As so Simple seems to agree.
Yeah, he definitely agrees right there, but magixx, it's his turn.
Yeah, I don't like this spot. He's in trouble. Head just has to be on a swivel. They've even tagged him through the smoke. So
that's not nice.
Rude awakening for Simple. And one slips the net. One meets his fate, and Simple's happening. He has started to awaken.
Oh, electronic. You're...
What are you doing, man?
Yeah, you were in a slight bit of danger for a moment there, but Siren's gone all the way through spawn. The bomb will be planted now.
NPL's going to get this info.
He shouldn't jump up on the he shouldn't have jumped up on the box. But that's all right.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Yeah. There's too many... yeah.
Could have jumped.
They're going to win the round anyway. Yeah. Max loss bonus on the other side. So we're all tied up here, 10-10. Siren, are you really? No, of course you're not. Of course you're not. You've got a smoke. Well, that's $300. You got a HE. That's another 300. You got a bloody flash. That's 200. Right. So we add those together, Alex. That's the bloody 800 smackaroos right there. Plus 400 for the fuse kit. We're up to $1,200, and that's just utility alone.
Sorry. No, I'm not going to do that one.
All right. Boom goes the dynamite. There we are. 10-10. Ben 10.
Oh, I'm a child. That is good.
Why today they're really tickling your pickle?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm in a funny, goofy mood.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Will glass coffins be a success? Remains to be seen.
Bloody hell.
It's good. It's clever. It's like a fun little playground with words and stuff.
It is. It definitely is.
But 10-10. Not to be confused with Tin Tin. A Belgian comic from the 80s.
That's not a bad nade at all. Leave the ears ringing of two. Bit and Perfecto a little bit worse for wear off the back of that. Patsy trying his luck with an offensive grenade. Has gone back to scoop up even more utility here. So allowing the softening up process of mid to come into play as Bit, Perfecto working on some A main control. Now we've seen this setup before in that first half. We have seen Bit up towards baskets, but you've got Siren on the jiggle with the util ready and Wonderful on that AWP line. There's the flash. Nothing. Ooh. The flash did nothing.
Yeah, but Wonderful did not actually hit his target. It's very rare for me to be saying that. Fortunately, he's got Siren he can depend upon. And it will lead to what looks to be a rather disadvantageous round for the remaining NaVi. 2.5 players left to their own devices. Nice division of labor for Spirit. They got a 2-2 split at their defense for now.
Alex, I will say this. If they execute B with the residual smoke and molly that is left over from Simple here, sorry, A, not B, then there's a real chance that they can still win this round. They've given Electronic the smoke, which I assume will be for the Heaven position. They could also throw a molly side or towards brick. So, yeah, here you go. Simple's going to line something up himself. So they're sending MPL in to have a little bit of a looky-loo here.
Smoked off. They do not cross. A nice NPL onto Patsy. You're right, Chad.
Very winnable.
Very, very winnable. Siren's got no options with that smoke down. They will now get the second towards Akon. Siren with that low HP, yes. Felt like an inevitability.
Save.
But the remaining 2 members of Spirit will just have to hold on to what they can.
I think the thing with this A bomb site is that you either play full retake, right? You make sure you don't give over any bodies if they are going to execute on towards your site and then play retake with the number advantage, or you need to make sure that you're in such a cheese position that you get one and done. You cannot put yourself in a spot where you can easily be mollied and picked off and your team can't help you. If you're going to play retake B, then you need to play for, sorry, A, then you need to play for information elsewhere. So this one here, you could just see how it's unfolded. We've watched enough Anubis here at Pro League to understand exactly how rounds like that could unfold.
After the fall of the... Wow, I didn't know we got like a full history lesson.
Was that in spawn? I can go and find it. Let me see if I can find it.
So ancient bathhouse. I wonder if Bowden Master was running it. Siren getting 2 here when they were coming early towards the A main. It was big frags, but NaVi closing nicely.
There you go. After the fall of the... How would I say this word here? This one.
Is that a P and then a T?
Yeah. Well, let's say the P is silent.
Ptolemaic
dynasty that ruled until 30 BC. The Roman province of Egypt was formed. This bathhouse, while constructed within the confines of the royal palace, was based on the Roman public bathhouse model.
Nice. Did you know Romans kind of invented concrete?
Good on them.
Underfloor heating.
Let's see what else they invented.
Roads.
Well, that's why they say all roads lead to Rome.
Touché. Monsieur.
Okay, come on, Spirit. Get yourself around on this CT half. It has been 6 on the trot for NaVi now, who were looking down in the dumps throughout. The pistols and conversion in both halves going in their favor here. And now looking to close things down and continue their untarnished record. Wonderful again. This time not turning his backs. Found the double up. Looking for the third. Yes, please. That is a serving and a half right there as all 3 NaVi members are removed. And it's just Simple and MPL left.
Yeah, Simple's going to work some magic. Don't just you wait.
Well, they can't win this one.
I said wait. Patsy, dead now, of course. Bomb on the back of Simple as the 1v5 starts to take shape.
It's impossible, Alex.
Chad, watch
it's
this.
Impossible.
No, watch this.
It's not going to happen.
But you're not watching.
I am watching.
Okay, good.
But I see too many foot faults for poor Simple.
I don't see a universe where he doesn't win this, because you see what happens is he saves. He's actually got 14k. He could, he should.
Wait.
He's going to clear the goblin. He's bang! And now he's going to molly die.
Nah.
That's fine.
Nah.
Well, I didn't want him to win anyway.
Nah.
He's going to save. Chopper's dead too.
Well, that's after time, but as you mentioned, 14k, not the end of the world.
That's plenty of cash.
And their first CT round. Spirit are on the board.
Certainly better than not being on it.
Could you imagine getting 3 kills like this from Wonderful and then not winning the round? I'd unplug my keyboard and go home.
Yeah, I think you just start wrapping it up. You know, just start acting like the game's over.
Yeah, thanks, boys. Yeah, thanks, guys.
My dongle,
cool.
excuse me.
Yes. Hey, see you guys next event. Yeah.
Yeah, catch ya.
Yeah. Good try though, you noobs.
It's probably what happened to Dexter, isn't it?
Oh, when he left the team.
Yeah, just like, you know what, mid-game, see you later, lads.
Yeah, but we got Wonderful, so...
Actually, yeah, it was
we'll just get him,
And actually, he's still, you know, Dexter's still looks like the best player on OG.
Yes. He, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. That team's identity is basically Dexter. So...
not ideal.
No, it's not. If Nexa comes back, then maybe they can start forging a path forward. I don't look forward to their campaign at the RMRs. I think it's going to be quite difficult for them.
Mate, have you been looking at any of the results from the French teams that were put together for this major? The qualifiers have not been going well.
No.
Not great.
No, not at all. And there was like French shuffles in the lead up, and there's been French shuffles since. So, you know, ready for the Paris major.
Meanwhile, Jack's teamless.
Yeah, well, I think it might stay that way for a little while longer. There are these cycles of about 6 months where players tend to stay on the bench. You can look at the JKS situation.
Right.
It's probably a good example of a high caliber player.
Do we call that contract jail?
No, like Jason Lake would have definitely been happy to let Justin out in a lot of different ways, I would imagine. I think Jason Lake's a pretty... But I think it's more that you can't make those moves mid-season.
No, that's true too, because teams just are straight up committed to the season.
Exactly.
Yeah, understood.
Here's a push.
And there's a frag. Patsy onto Electronic. And I love this from Chopper. There's no way NPL was anticipating that. A deeper smoke. If you can just get a little funky when jiggy with your smokes, you can lull them into a false sense of security.
But everything this round from Spirit has been great. There's been proactivity throughout. The mid push, the B fight, and Siren just got flash forward for a kill as well. He didn't get a chance to connect any shots.
This position now for Siren. He's in so much trouble.
He has support, however.
That's nice. I'd love that smoke now. Yes, Wonderful gets it down, but through comes Bit, and an opportunity now to hunt down to Wonderful. Still a threat on the AWP. Simple keeps it at least winnable. And this frag from Perfecto will do a lot. Yeah, perfect. Onto Patsy, now levels it out into a 2-on-2. The rotation's a little slow, labored, as magixx comes all the way around. Wild Chopper through the Acon. Simple's already posted for this. They've got everything covered.
Hard round to win right now for Team Spirit.
Someone has to take a risk, and it's just not a favorable duel here. magixx dead. 2 Simples AWP as he racks up a second. And it's held by Perfecto. Good headshot, anticipating the second, closing the gap, scaring out Simple. The smoke's not bad for Simple.
Oh, Chopper! That is naughty!
Beauty! Sheesh kebab!
He was so calm about that too.
Skewers Simple. I want to watch that one again. That was
a guy.
So sexy. The smoke, Simple edging forward, and just that little inaccuracy, as well as the speed by which he found the head. That was just hot Counter-Strike.
Oh, and Chopper, what a round. He found that impactful kill on MPL with that smoke push, but this is the one. Beautiful from him. Just laser simple out of the round.
Honestly, seeing him pull out that smoke, I'm like, what is next? What comes next? I'll tell you, Chopper knew. That was brilliant. And after all of that, he's rewarded with a FAMAS. Congratulations, mate. Nice round. Nice round.
The life of an in-game leader.
Yeah. I mean, I would probably want Siren on it and Patsy on it as well, to be fair. To be frank.
Oh, wonderful to try his luck. Warping top mid here, and if they can get Patsy to be slightly aggressive yet again, as NaVi setting up for what looks to be A-sided fake with Bit and MPL. Patsy just hanging around the doors. He doesn't feel like he's been harassed or conditioned in the same way. Bit with the baskets molly. The flash forward, sector clear he calls. Plenty of util available for NaVi to follow through on towards this A site. Siren and Wonderful up close.
All right then, Wonderful.
They love this, don't they? They love this setup.
Yeah, and it more often than not. Oh, yeah, nice from Perfecto. Yeah, that's enough to break the setup. Bit will swing, and a Wonderful surely dead now. Siren, bodyguard. Oh, the flashes. He's alive.
Jeez,
how is he alive? How? Flash turn, action elsewhere. Electronics trying to get into B. He's done well to find the first. magixx will live on. And now NaVi, yeah, they are separated.
Patsy's here, he's got the back turn, MPO.
Yeah,
Jeez.
Simple wins these. No, he doesn't. I told another lie.
Another one.
Another one. I've been lying a lot today. I'd like to apologize.
You've been fibbing a lot, Alex.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
But they're white lies. They're for the excitement of the game, guys.
Yes.
Because if he wins it, Alex will go nuts.
I would. Like full macadamia.
I'd like a Brazil if I could. Simple's bought an AWP, Alex. Yeah, and I say that with surprise because the rest of his team aren't buying, actually.
Ooh, Electronic is.
This is classic NaVi.
Yeah. Let's see if they can make an impact here. Spirit's map pick, and it's just been a little bit of a late awakening. The last 3 from Spirit, all in consecutive fashion. Can they make it 4? Well, there's no points for subtlety on Perfecto's Tech 9. He's definitely made it clear which team he plays for.
Vitality, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, just the similar colors. So.
You see Bits M4, he had the iBuy Power and Titan Hollow on a cowl.
Kids loaded.
Kids rolling.
Could buy a house with that in some parts of the world.
Yeah, legit. And that's all that Bit really cares about. I remember the first time I met him, he was in Stockholm and he was refreshing the esports earnings page. Oh,
see how hard he was?
Yeah.
Nice shot from Chopper onto Electronic. From Electronic onto Chopper. That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Nice shot from Electronic onto Chopper.
And weapon from Chopper to Perfecto.
B-split.
And magixx is a solid secondary on the AWP. NPL has been spotted and executed as Siren. Such a thorn in their side. He's hard to get rid of. Flash to bait. Flash successful. Molly's not gonna do too much. And Simple has to find the frag. Great. As the bomb goes down. Bit. This is a big flank from Patsy. And Electronic is quick to the draw.
Double AWP retake.
Yeah. Unideal. And a smoke kit's nice on Wonderful, but do they really want to give it a go? Electronic has to play safe. Simple, you can see he's being proactive, and ooh, he's giving it up. Okay, the double AWP retake is 14.
I feel if they just wait against Simple, they know he's going to peak at some point, right? You see the same kind of situation with the Chopper clutch. You knew as he drops that smoke, Simple is likely not to play in the smoke, but to look for that fight with the options that were left available to him here. So really good patience on this, and great job from magixx, who was one of the opening frags over towards this B bomb site here. And well, this is the most important out of all the kills.
And actually, it's a frag that's easy to overlook, but the one onto an NPL had impact because Siren, if they'd slipped that net, if they'd got past jail, that's suddenly magixx on high alert. He could get pushed by a Tech 9, leaping out the smoke. You miss your shot, you're on the bolt, gets awkward. But Siren hits it and keeps them all on that left side, and he could flash and delay as best he could. And it leaves Blade on the mic for the last time. This is actually the 4th time out from NaVi, and Blade versus Halley is quite the coach showdown. I remember making the mistake of assuming Chopper was the wheelie big cheese of Spirit. I was quickly reminded by Constantine, that who works with the content, that actually the big daddy of this squad is Halley. Chopper more the big brother. As they look to go ahead and pick up the last 2 rounds required to take a map pick here up against NaVi.
Well, let's see if everybody's watching, Alex. because Team Spirit right now, this double AWP setup still in play. NaVi with the plant are able to manifest yet another buy here. So a close round in the previous, a chance here to put Spirit down in the mud, but NaVi need the perfect call from Blade on the mic here. Again, no rush about this. You know what is curious? Because a lot of the rounds, Alex, they've started with with Siren and Wonderful over towards A. Every time that the AWP's been there, Siren's been with him. This time it's just Wonderful.
That's a good point. But the flash has been enough to deter him. He doesn't want to do anything more. It will burrow.
Has he fired a shot on the AWP here? No, I feel if he fires a shot, it'll be enough to make them think that it's a two-man setup, and it is now that Patsy's actually drawn on over.
See what you got, Bit. Oh, but Patsy shows himself. Nice frag. We'll have to return to middle, it implies. The middle was less than held. Chopper cheated over to maintain it. Electronic has got a forward position in the sense he's...
look at magixx.
Oh. Yeah, he's going to go forward on that. He might have a chance. Oh yeah, not against Simple. So that's the odds equalized. Siren alone. Electronic, good. On to Chopper.
Just
spotted Patsy, yeah, and he's chipped further away at him. This is a hard clear for Perfecto, and yeah, doesn't quite hit the money shot. Siren down. Bomb to be planted and a round to go NaVi's way.
They want to save here, but Electronic's already starting to hunt, right? The money's not good over there on the Team Spirit side of things. You've got the high end right now, Wonderful with 3.4K, right? So if he loses this, the next round with the min-loss bonus is going to be a bit rough around the edges here for Team Spirit. Shot hit, but now they've given up the position. Patsy's still floating around top mid, so if they search too loudly or too quickly, there's still at least half time on that bomb. You can see everyone holding their horses here, including me. This should be Spirit just trying to retain these rifles.
This would be a frustrating death for NPL. Doesn't necessarily cost too much, but looks like Patsy's got to draw a line in the sand.
Losing a gun on either side of the server right now in the next 10 or so seconds would suck either way. So Perfecto needs to be careful on this. He's actually jumped across and spotted him out. Patsy will remove one more, but loses his life in the process. And you can see here going into the next, Wonderful can drop a rifle, but I don't know what type of a situation Spirit think they're in. They will have to take a timeout. And the final timeout has been called from Team Spirit here as well. So all timeouts from both teams have been used.
We've had 8 of them.
Already?
Damn.
Yeah, so being very liberal with these, both teams here today. Bit's having a bit of a quiet game right now, only 8 kills. So if any impact from him is available in these dying stages, NaVi could surge themselves forward here. Just 2 rounds away from tying things up. And this is why you take this time out to have this chat, is because of the cash situation they just found themselves in, right? If you're asking questions on the caster desk, well, they're definitely asking questions in the server. Looks like they're going to go with a bit of a half investment here. Wonderful will be able to buy an AWP into the next. Everybody else will be getting that 1900 as well. So
this just feels like that eking out.
2400
this
as
feels
well,
like that NaVi eke out that you were kind of discussing in terms of their character and their consistency by which NaVi will have a competitive game. This is exactly the kind of round where, so long as NaVi stay true to themselves, they will be looking at only a 1-round game. They've kept it conservative. They know Wonderful saved an AWP, so they'll be aware that that is a threat.
This is the thing, as well. See how they're not taking any long-range duels against him? It's like, well, if you want to push with that AWP, you will have to take all of this territory here. And how many options does he have to search with? Especially when they smoked off Dark at the start of the round. Electronic doing it the tricky way. That does sink the landing, so it's not going to molly them back from the doors, but definitely removes the ability to be able to push from that side. But the smoke has subsided, and they have gambled towards B here. There's 4 players currently on the side. As I say, that Chopper starts to pivot away.
.57's very deadly at close range, and the AWP. Oh! Okay, Simple loses out. That bomb important. It was spewed and now retrieved. Surely he can assume there's someone close.
Chopper's going to push A main here. Depends on the timing for NaVi now.
They want to get that bomb out of there. Electronic for the fight and a pristine headshot. Now they can go knocking on the A door. Very loud about this. Chopper is here on Fountain, opting for a late swing. And hello, goodbye, says Bit, as you know, Patsy, who does deliver a headshot. NPL will have heard all of that from magixx.
Look at what they found in the meantime here, Siren and magixx. They picked up both of the AWPs here, so I think they're going to get their little mitts on these for as long as they can.
It's a pretty efficient save.
Right?
Yeah.
This would be really nice if you could hold on to these two.
4750 times 2.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to do the maths for you, mate,
no,
but I can tell you it's definitely in the 10K range.
Okay. I was just going to try and do some, like, clever, cool boy maths on the fly, but that's not really me.
Well, 4 plus 4 is 8. There's 8,000.
Yeah.
750 plus 7, you got 1.4, 1.5. So you're going to find yourself at 9.5 thousand.
Thank you. So now I'm going to put that into the old Ghibli web and then divide that by this, which equals this. Okay. So yeah, it translates as about 1,900 per player in terms of what they could have otherwise been saving.
I see.
I was trying to kind of
average it across the team.
If it was, you know, say if it was 4 people alive saving whatever it would be.
Sure.
Yeah. So, not that exciting.
This is an exciting map pool, though. We have New Cup next and Ancient if we need it, and I think that those maps between these two teams should play out pretty tidily. This has been a good game. It hasn't been like crazy in terms of the clutch or the big heroic moments, but it's been a good macro game in moving across the board here.
I think it's very interesting to see what the double AWPs do. One supporting middle, put Wonderful on that, and then just actually send Siren. No, wait. Where did that other AWP go?
He dropped it over to Wonderful, so Wonderful and magixx have the 2 AWPs.
Excuse me. magixx on B. Wonderful taking his towards the doors.
So they're just running their standard setup here, right? This time around, Wonderful will be starting middle, not over towards A. And speaking of standard, NaVi doing exactly that, their default spread. You've seen this plenty of times before. This duel between Electronic and Patsy amid the 2 riflers. They've had the support of their AWPing teammates, Simple and Wonderful, throughout on either side of the server. Siren and Bit for a bit of a duel potentially over towards the... Oh, I wonder if Patsy wanted that to get stuck in the window right there or not, because Electronic... It's exactly where he's playing here, and he will be flushed out. So Patsy, a wise man. No way back up that ladder, Electronic.
Just got to know when it's right, when it's not. Regathering for this pincer in. Now magixx is playing the line to dark from jail. As I say that, he pulls off into Ivy. And this is the go. Simple to smoke, Simple likely going to be set up to close. And we've got a NPL
here on B.
Surge through off of the flashbang. Waiting for that smoke to bloom. Flashes in, NPL through. Plateau occupied, only for a moment as both the frags come in. Lovely textbook stuff out of NaVi, and what a perfect counter. 2 AWPs in play is a full XX smokes. You wait for the smokes to bloom, you flash, you go, and the round falls into place.
And now they should hunt. They should at least throw 1 or 2 bodies here to try and remove this double AWP setup. Remove both of these from play. We'll be going 14-14, all tied up. 2,400 loss bonus into the next tier for Spirit, meaning they have to take a save and then play for overtime. So NaVi, again, could snatch Anubis away in the jaws of defeat here. Just to recount their 2 matches, they're 100% on this map. They haven't played it an awful lot. One of them was a 19-17 and one was a 16-14, I do believe.
Checking back in on that Patsy opening.
Chasing. Everything's gone. That one hurts. That one really hurts.
That is the opposite of good.
What's the Patsy openers looking like, mate?
Dude, he just conceded another, but it is 7 opening duel successes out of 11 attempts. Okay,
so he's been very active in what we know he does best, taking these heads-up fights early here. And this is it. Remember, both teams out of timeouts right now. You've got enough money for a half buy on a lot of the Team Spirit members here. It'll probably be light pistols with maybe a smoke or 2 in the mix. And a flash on Chopper for good measure. So this one here is slowly slipping through the fingers of Team Spirit. NaVi really going to do them like this. With the flash at the ready, magixx will be the man to give the call and the go. Oh, and Simple straight through the smoke with the P250 in hand. AWP on the back, you don't need that.
Oh, that's a nasty one for Patsy to have to communicate. Yeah, brave from magixx. When you've only got the USP, you do have to take a little bit of a gamble, pushing the Molotov. And Wonderful's got the most expensive weapon in play for Team Spirit, the whole $700 for his Desert Eagle. Chopper walks into Electronic's crosshair, and it's magixx next for Electronic to farm up some kills. There's the Deeg.
I was just thinking about that mid-corridor, right, over towards the B side. What if they, like, cut the wall, like, a 45-degree angle across, like, here or something, right? I know you can, like...
Yeah, I can see.
So that way it would open up so it can't just be smoked off, and then the mid-defense has a second position to fall back to hold it. Because the util right now is so overwhelming in both those positions. They're both just tight corridors.
And it's easy to lose it from, you know, no fault of your own.
Exactly right. So, and a lot of teams talk about mid being one of the bigger issues here. So if there was a better alternative to playing it passive, then maybe that could change the dynamic here. We're talking a little bit of shop right now, but Team Spirit are in shock right now.
Or what if, looking at the map now, you see those A boxes, like when you're coming up the ramp from beach?
Here?
In that corner. What if it was like Cash and you could go up a little ladder and have a peeky hole? You know, when they kind of screwed Cash and added that extra thing in.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's a very out-of-the-box idea.
It is out of the box, but I'm just thinking like that would be a threat. You'd always have to be aware of it, and it would force the CTs to be in like awkward spots for A takes if they wanted to have someone there. It's like a give-take kind of thing.
It's a curious option.
Yeah.
You're thinking, yeah, very, like very differently than I am here.
Yeah, but the mid-fight is weird, no doubt about it.
Okay, NaVi, are you really going to do this? Are you really going to put...
Oh, they are.
There's only 4 Team Spirit rounds on the CT side, and they came in consecutive fashion. So,
yeah.
And if you look at the rounds, the round timeline that NaVi have won, they have only conceded 2 to 3 players max in most of these situations, and some of those times have been when they've been hunting and losing players on the chase. So a great T-half from NaVi here on Anubis.
Through dark early. Chopper gets himself a fresh mag. We'll need a lot more for this defense. It seems like NaVi want to go back to the script. They're going to close with the same exec that's gotten this far. Have Spirit found the remedy yet? Flashes are in. Perfecto to go first as an NPL does draw attention. Swings through and confirms 2 on B. magixx lives on. Got to be very careful. Simple's posted for him, trying to get himself out of trouble, but the mollies are coming.
Didn't he?
He's a dead man. Oh, he gets away before Simple can get back on the scope. Chopper down. He does find 2 before he falls. It makes it into a very rather level playing field. Will OT be necessary here on Spirit's pick as NaVi have dug themselves out of trouble?
Hold up. Bomb's not across yet. Perfecto will have to smoke this and does. Now they can actually get across and plant that bomb. And well, Simple, of course, he's not going to do it himself. Drops it to Perfecto, who's planning default. 2 smokes on the retake and a flash.
Oh, they could have gone for the wall bang. They're not to know, but yeah. That bomb's now down. NaVi 3 kills away from taking this pick away from Spirit and maintaining their conversion of Anubis. Simple shuts down Siren. It's a shooting gallery for Simple as the full 30, and it will go the way of NaVi.
Classic NaVi fashion here on Anubis. They like to make it close. They like to keep everybody guessing, but what a great T-half that was. Both pistol rounds, the conversions in the mix. Spirit looking shell-shocked right now. Their map choice down the gurgler. We got coming up next a break, and then Nuke. Don't go anywhere.